Now, if you hear, obviously, you've been struggling with accepting yourself because you keep seeking validation other people and you don't know why. Now, somebody then clicked off this video after I said that because you didn't got triggered. Well, sit down. Sit down or come back when you're ready. But frankly, some of y'all not gonna ever be ready for this conversation because y'all in denial. But anyways, yep, I'm gonna be looking over because I took notes on my little book. Hello, Katie. Next to me. But for whatever reason, I don't know why I wrote in blue pen because it takes longer for my brain to process when I write in blue. I don't know. Is it just me? Do somebody else gotta write in certain colors? Anyways, continuing. Um, Note that discomfort don't always mean to run, but for you to pay attention to the warning signs because obviously you feeling these emotions for a reason. And if you sit with that discomfort and take time to analyze, you can begin to figure out why you are experiencing these emotions. And that's just self-awareness. So now, definition. Validation. Validation is a part of being interdependent. Being interdependent. Child, why I keep starting on my words? My mouth keeps speaking faster than my brain. But um, validation is part of being interdependent and the reliance on feedback and encouragement. Uh, and the reliance on feedback and encouragement. And this could come from both inside of yourself and outside of yourself, so internal and external. But it's sourced in recognition and acceptance. Now, self validation is the validation and recognition, acknowledgement of yourself. That's you and your true experience, like what's valid or whatever. Not agreeing with or accepting someone's thoughts as your own, but accepting these thoughts and your experience as valid. Validation from others has always been around. And look at power positions, for example, like kings, queens, warriors, politician. They have been recognized and deemed valid or of to be in a position they in because people have validated them. So that's just recognition. Once again, that's just recognition and acceptance. Um, Social media has gifted and access external validation, but with everything, like I said, keep in mind it's in access because everything needs balance. Now, if you constantly seeking external validation, you're not validating yourself internally. There's of course imbalance occurring, and now you always going to other people to confirm, oh, is this okay, is this right, and you don't have no self-awareness. Hold on, 'cause I was snacking before this because I'm hungry as hell. Anyway, continuation. The reason you keep condemning yourself, even though when you are validated externally, and like example, social media, like how I mentioned social media and access and likes or hearts or whatever the hell happened on Twitter or TikTok. I don't use them. Um, it's because you not validating yourself internally. You need to still do your inner work. So, like I said in the beginning, you not facing yourself and doing your shadow work. Our brains are literally wired to connect. We are social beings. So this is literally your brain connects with every fiber of your cells, your body. Like this is literally why synapses occur. Like communication is occurring in your body. You need to. So why aren't you doing the same communication and connection with self? Come on. You need to be validating yourself and talking to yourself. How is you talking to yourself? If you always putting yourself down, you wonder why you don't believe your own words when you speaking positive upon yourself. Boop. But you want somebody else to tell you, oh, like, okay. Example, you want somebody else to tell you you look good. Oh, that outfit look cute on you, XYZ, but you still don't believe it anyway because yeah, they said that, but do you believe it? And that's the true question. And I couldn't get this little light to work to fix lighting, but we gonna when y'all gonna get this. Oh, okay, it was just lagging. I was gonna say this is some foo foo. Um, so on that note, have you thought about connecting with yourself? And are you? connecting with yourself. Don't surround yourself with people, things, beings, or even absorb and engage with content that makes you, I'm not gonna say makes you, that invites the feelings of aloneness within yourself or isolation. Because you program these reactions within. What do I mean by that? For every reaction, there's what was it called? Damn, I can't even remember the saying, but basically, when two elements or compounds are mixed together, there's a reaction. But there's a cause that cause that effect. There's a cause that cause that effect. Really? Okay. It really is, but continuation. Let me break it down for you. You have to first understand the type of validations you are seeking, not only from yourself, but from others. Sorry, I got distracted. And the first step to that is recognition. You have to recognize. Now, you could recognize it, right? But are you acknowledging it? Because you could look at something and then be in denial, like, "Oop, I don't see that. Nope, I ain't hear that. That ain't happen." Like how some of y'all be ignoring y'all boss when they tell y'all do another task when your shift already over with. But I would too, because you ain't getting paid for that time. Anyways, so you have to be mindful and intentional with how you engage with yourself and others, and that's what do you subscribe to on social media. How are you choosing to interact with the diaspora of the digital world, as well as how you interacting with yourself outside of that. How do you talk to self? How do you talk to self every day? How do you treat yourself? How do you allow others to treat you? Because that is also a reflection of what you feel you deserve. Hello, are y'all ready for the conversation? Some of y'all not. Some of y'all didn't clicked out because y'all in denial. But that's on y'all. That's not on me, because I'm growing. Now I'm gonna take a sip of this water. Okay. Now we all gotta start somewhere, because you don't start off with E points. When I say E points, I'm basically meaning XP. XP, if you don't know the definition, that is experience. And experience is accumulated during the duration of your life. So this is a starting point for you. Now we're gonna flip back. Being free from validation. How to do it and where to start. Like I said, those few points: being mindful, acknowledgement and recognition, and having the courage to face discomfort. Don't run from that either. And take a break from social media. Some of y'all really got some addiction problems. But you're not you so busy trying to tap out of your own life, which I understand everybody got their own things going on, but you so busy trying to tap out all these out your life, you giving these people power over your autonomy and your mind. Like they didn't shackle your mind because you didn't relinquish your powers because of your insecurities. And I'm gonna go into that a bit more. Being free from validation. When you accept yourself, let me fold her up right here. When you accept yourself and embrace and face yourself, your shadow side and light, you are free from control. You are free from the control you allow people to have over you through your insecurities. And that's mental, physical, spiritual. Because you granted that power, you granted other people those powers in the external validation of self, because you wasn't validating yourself internally. And because you wasn't validating yourself internally, because it could be for numerous of reasons, but usually it's source of insecurities. Because you seek, keep in mind, it's sort what is validation? Seeking acknowledgement and recognition. Because you don't want your insecurities to be acknowledged, and if they're being challenged, or rather combated or in contradicted, and another person validating the thing you insecure about, not validating and saying it's like, oh, you insecure about that, but I said validate, invalidating them, at least in what would you call it, a denial mindset. Because in these people saying, like, say you really hate this shirt on yourself, right? But everybody keeps telling you, oh, you look so beautiful in that shirt, oh, you look so beautiful in your shirt, right? Instead of you what do you call it, you paused your self think, your ability to think and determine things for yourself, and took those people's word from it. Because this is I would say this might not be the best example, but because weren't ready to acknowledge, okay, maybe this color may not be the best for me, or I don't look cute on it. You know, I don't look cute in this. So in your insecurities, you gave your power of your, you gave power. Lord, y'all help me through it. Help me through it. You know what? Breathe. Anyways, in your insecurities, I'm gonna just read straight from here because obviously I was on the struggle bus for a second. Um, I'm gonna start from the beginning since we had a little blurber there. When you accept yourself and embrace and face yourself, shadow side and light, you are free from the control you allow others to have over your mental, physical, spiritual and body yourself, because you granted them the power. Um, you granted them this power over yourself to distract yourself from sitting with, acknowledging, and healing from these insecurities. Because as long as someone is saying something to come back or contradict your, oh my gosh, your insecurity, or covering up because you're in denial about it, you don't want to face it, you ain't trying to heal. As long as somebody ain't digging into that, it don't exist, right? No, that's fucking wrong. Like, if who the fuck ever's like, yeah, no, fucking wrong. You wrong. You need to sit still. You really need to sit still and seek help. Like, really seek help. You need therapy. And I know therapy expensive, but when there's a will, there's a way, and there's resources out here if you really trying to be on your journey of progress and growth. Um. Anyway, um, if you are truly looking and committed to healing, you will find the resources, and you would put the time in to find said resources. You running from the truth is, you just running from your problems. You don't want to admit it. You in denial. That's why you don't want to do the internal work. You don't want to do external work, but you want the benefits of what the internal work and doing the internal work would look like. And you wonder why you keep running into these same karmic lessons and people, why you keep running into these toxic friend groups, these people who act like who they friends but they really enemies, who say they're your friend but they really enemies. They wishing bad upon you, they constantly putting you down. Excuse me. And then also, people are parasites. There are parasitic, negative, low vibrational individuals who people often people who see your greatness before you do, and because you not valuing yourself and checking in with yourself, you're not really sitting with yourself and getting to know yourself, but you're too busy trying to get to know others, or the version that they want, the version of themselves that they presented to you, because you the only person, you with you 100% of the time. You only know your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings at all moments of the time. Well, obviously you don't know why you seek validation, so you ain't doing that emotional work and checking in with your emotions to try to filter through and recognize and analyze why you feeling XYZ. But you need to be able to really sit with yourself to know why you feel the way you do, why you do the things you do. Because you too busy trying to know others, but you don't want to know yourself. That's crazy. Ooh, I'm getting hot. Oh, okay. So, anyways, you don't want to face yourself, and you ain't ever thought about why you keep running into the same situations that you are. It's because you're not growing to learn from these mistakes. So, moving forward, dang, I kind of went. I'm in my notes. I even went on about a little rant about that. Um, yeah, because y'all be playing Barbie Dream House with these plastic ass people, and don't even know why. Then wonder why they not a real boy, Pinocchio head ass. Oh my god. Okay, chill, Kiki, chill. Um, so you need to confront the challenge and solve the lesson plan. And confronting the challenge and conquering that. Now with every level you conquer it, like in life, there's a new difficulty. However, in conquering that, you will be able to heal. You'll be able to heal on that aspect and stuff. Since we're talking about validation, you need to heal on how you talk to yourself. And oftentimes starting in childhood with parents or your guardians or even little friend groups of teachers, how they talk to you. And because those people conditioned you, you was conditioned to think of yourself that way because those how people told you to think of yourself. So now, without even those persons being around you anymore, as soon as you do something, you talking negatively to yourself. Say like you make a little mistake and you talking in your head like, oh, you dumb bitch, da 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 da. Maybe somebody have you thought about ask, so when before you do the things you do, or even after you do the things you do, ask yourself why did I react that way, where did this come from? And some people, y'all might even me saying it, y'all might have immediately been able to be like, oh, y'all knew why. And some people you not, some you got to really sit with yourself and learn yourself too. Oh, it is a heavy load, but if you willing to do the work and heal, you can uncarry it, boo. um you can't welcome new energy, growth, blessings, in this transitional mode of self when you holding on to the same baggage that was weighing you down in the first place. So you got a clean house because I don't know, is it still springtime? No, it's summertime, but did y'all do y'all spring cleaning? And if you haven't do your spring cleaning, that's the same thing. Why do y'all clean out your house when spring come? To welcome in a new year, right? So why don't you do the same thing to your emotion, thoughts, and reactions of self? How you talk to yourself. Organize your thoughts, your mental state. Physically, physically, yes, that's what you do. Like when you clean your house or whatever, however you choose to organize your things. Um, Mentally and spiritually, you have to do these things. You have to organize your emotions, and that's more complex. That's of course that's more complex, but you have to organize your emotions, your reactions to things, why you feel the way you do, your values, how you talk to self, to be able to clean house and find the root cause of why you not internally validating and you keep externally seeking validation from other people. To be able to heal and recognize when you are seeking validation so you don't. And ask yourself when you find yourself seeking validation, why am I doing this? Why am I seeking validation? What does this fulfill within me? Does this solve the issue? Whatever that may be for yourself, because whoever see it. Um yeah, but basically you gotta organize yourself mentally and physically to so the universe could organize your blessings for you. And that's really about it. But the core thing is some of y'all can't fix yourselves. And that can mean you ain't ready to when you in denial about it. And that's that. Um, yep, that's the end. So anyway, this has I'm gonna end like this because I like this like trying to me. I could have did it over there, it was better like. But this has been Kiajane Untitled, wishing you peace and serenity and growth. Bye.